So, have you ever wanted to know what it's like to play a video game where you can go into a nursing home, dodge their attacks, beat up their pets, the geriatrics, and occasionally the nurses in the nursing home, all while receiving monetary gain and an increase in status because of such? Well, look no further than Elden Ring? Yeah, you heard me. Elden Ring is essentially you going through a nursing home and kicking the geriatric omens down the fucking stairs, you heartless monster. It is funny though. So what do I mean that you're bullying them? Well, simply put, none, or very few of that, of the bosses you fight in Elden Ring are at their peaks. Half are deceased and dying, others are insane, psychotic, and have some type of handicaps, and the rest are just, what'd they do to you, man? And of course, this video will have spoilers in it, but come on, man. Elden Ring came out in 2022? Fuck, I thought it was at least 2023. Don't make me feel old like that. God damn it, what's next? You're gonna tell me Hollow Knight was released in 2017? Wait, no. So, starting off is your first great enemy boss, Margit the Fell Omen. First off is the way he was born. Margit was born without the grace of the Erd Tree, making him an Omen, which is seen as an impurity in the times of the Elden Ring. All the horns of Omen babies are surgically, or not so surgically, cut off, which causes most of them to die. While royal omens get to keep their horns, they're kept underground, hidden away, and shackled for eternity. Omen are seen as impure, and thus are hunted by omen killers who wield cleavers of amputated omen horns. So congrats, that's one boss down, and we've already established that you've hunted and killed a traumatized geriatric orphan. Try saying that 10 times fast. Traumatized geriatric orphan, traumatized geriatric orphan, traumatized geriatric orphan, traumatized geriatric orphan. Wow. I'm surprisingly good at this. Second is Godrick the Grafted, or Godrick the Golden. He is a descendant of the Golden lineage, of which he was a distant relative of Queen Marika, so his divine blood was diluted. He was, for all intents and purposes, the runt of the litter. When the Elden Ring was shattered, Godrick inherited the rune from the center of the ring, before being chased from the royal capital. Wait, how do you get a rune from the center of a ring? Godrick hid in Stormville Castle away from General Radahn, and he began practicing grafting, creating the grafted scions, as well as beginning his own transformation. When Melania went south, Godrick insulted her, to which a battle ensued, resulting in Godrick beaten, humiliated, and forced to grovel for mercy, which means that you killed a half-blooded deity that was hiding from other gods and had resorted to mutilating himself. So basically you killed a teenager at the shops at Spencer's. Congrats. Third is the Red Wolf of Radagon, and it's Sif all over again. Fourth is Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon. So, similar to the puppy you just finished punting, you encounter Rennala, an older sorceress of the Academy of Rhea Lucaria. Her lunar magic was her claim to fame when she was younger, establishing the House of Caria as royalty, also creating the Carian Knights. With the new age of Erd Tree established by Queen Marika the Eternal, a champion named Radagon was sent to war against Rennala, to which, once the war reached a stalemate, Radagon swore his love to Rennala and married at the Church of Vows, uniting the Erd Tree and the Moon. Together they had 3 children, Radahn, Rykard, and Ranni. After the first Elden Lord Godfrey was exiled from the lands between, Radagon left Rennala to instead become Queen Marika's consort. When Radagon left, he gifted Rennala the Amber Egg with the Great Rune of the Unborn. When Radagon left, Rennala was heartbroken. The Carian royal family and the Academy both deemed Rennala unfit to lead due to her being heartbroken. She locked herself inside of her library and took up the art of reincarnation. She started reincarnating the scholars of her school, having them and the Amber Egg as her only friends. She was a widow. You beat up a heartbroken widow. I'll give you points. You didn't kill this one, but you did beat her up. Shame on you. So you're at like 3.5 you're a bad person points now. Fifth, Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy. Rykard was born to Radagon and Queen Rennala. Under the Golden Order, Rykard was a Justicar who commanded inquisitors that persecuted those who were considered heretics of the Golden Order, with the Albinaurics being the most famous example. After the Shattering, Rykard viewed the Erd Tree and the gods wanting the demigods to fight to be debasing. He launched a campaign against the Erd Tree and the Greater Will, stating that he'd rule by force to establish a hierarchy of survival of the fittest. During the Shattering, Rykard fed himself and his Great Rune to the Great Serpent that was within Mount Gelmir, a traitor to the Erd Tree. Merging within the beast, after the merging his mind started to corrupt, turning him from an ambition-filled demigod to try to rebel against the Erd Tree into more of a wild depravity, resulting in him turning on everything with power, including his own champions as he devoured them. You killed a schizophrenic patient. I know mental hospitals ain't cheap, but come on. I mean, I'll kind of give it to you as a kind of a snake, member of the far-right National Socialist German Workers' Party. Definitely not a Nazi. Sixth, Radahn is the son of Rennala and Radagon, who was regarded as the strongest hero of the demigods. As Radahn grew to a larger size, outgrowing his horse Leonard, he studied gravitational magic in Celia, mastering it so he could not only continue riding his steed, but also to affect and conquer the stars, stopping all the stars in their place, earning him the moniker of Starscourge. In the Shattering, descendants of America fought over the pieces of the Elden Ring, resulting in Radahn warring against the other gods, with Millennia infamously drawing Radahn to a stalemate before Millennia released her Scarlet Rot. The rot consumed Radahn from the inside, mentally scarring him and leaving him a shell of his former self. Wanna know what that sounds like? Dementia! God, when I said we need to beat dementia, this isn't what I meant! Seventh is Morgott, the Omen King in Traumatized Geriatric Orphan, Traumatized Geriatric Orphan, Traumatized Geriatric Orphan, Traumatized Geriatric Orphan. Eighth is the Fire Giant. The giants lived in the mountains of the north, worshipping a fell god and tending to their flame. When Queen Marika began the Age of the Erd Tree, an attack was launched against the giants, killing all the fire giants by the hands of the Golden Order, except for one. The last giant was cursed to forever tend to his own flame. In the fight, you smack at the giant's leg brace, breaking his left leg before he tears it off and sacrifices it to his god to try and defeat you. This is an odd one, but essentially this guy was on his last leg, and you pushed him in the grave. Godskin Duo. Not touching that with a 10-foot pole. You win. Fuck it. -1 point as you did us all a favor. 10th, Maliketh the Black Blade. Maliketh is a shadow-bound beast and half-brother of Queen Marika. Maliketh was a warrior feared by all of the demigods. During the Golden Age of the Erd Tree, a fragment of the Rune of Death was stolen from Maliketh by Ranni the Witch, to which Ranni assassinated Godwyn the Golden on the Night of the Black Knives. Maliketh decided after this event to bind the blade, and thus the Rune of Death, into his own flesh. As Godwyn's corpse sprouted Deathroot across the lands, Maliketh resolved to devour all the Deathroot, eventually becoming insatiable as far as Deathroot went. Maliketh, under the name of Garank, fights against the Tarnished, only revealing himself once he unbinds his blade from his flesh. During Maliketh's dying words, he cried to Marika for forgiveness. 2 Sifs in one game, you fucking monster. 11th, Sir Gideon Ofnir. You beat up a nerd! That's what he gets for buying his nerd books for nerd college. Godfrey the First Elden Lord marks the end of the first dozen. Honestly, I'll give you this one. Godfrey was the first Elden Lord of the Golden Order. Once he became Elden Lord, he took the lion Siraj, the king of beasts, upon his back to suppress his emotions, namely his lust for battle. The time you meet him is under the burning Erd Tree, mourning the death of his son, Morgott. I don't know, this one kind of seems like a stretch. He kicked like some random dude down the steps. He was just mourning the death of his son and now you're picking a fight. Man's emotion. 13th is Radagon of the Golden Order. We've heard about him cheating on Rennala to go fuck someone younger and hotter, blah blah blah. But Radagon was notable for trying to repair the Elden Ring after the Shattering, using the same hammer that was used to shatter it. As punishment for breaking the Elden Ring, Marika was imprisoned in the Erd Tree, with Radagon sharing Marika's sentence, with both bound into a single body. Once again, schizophrenia and a little bit of multiple personality disorder. Next! Lastly, is the Elden Beast. The Beast was essentially the Elden Ring, and the shattering of such led to Marika's imprisonment. Then the Beast emerged from Radagon, using Radagon's body to form a large sword, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe you're the geriatric in this fight. Hell if I know. Anyways, that brings us up to a whopping total of 2 puppies killed, 10.5 geriatrics beaten up, and a partridge in a pear tree? 1 fucked up nursery rhyme. Anyways, your sentence is a hitless new game +7, level 1, no upgrade run. That's what happens when you go through nursing homes beating up people, you sick freak. Oh, and remember to hit the like button, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. Okay, bye.